Now, what if your opponent attacks and blasts through your defenses and gets a head outside single? Pretty much the same thing as with a double. I want to be aware and be able to assess very rapidly whether his head is relatively high or relatively low. And I'm going to do the same type of finish, basically. So Colby is in an outside single here, and we're going to say that his head is relatively high in this situation. What do? I can't just do it with my arm. I'm going to pop my hips to get the space. I transfer the head from one side, outside that is, to inside, transfer hands, come around the front. Notice he's still hanging on to this. What do? I want to, hold on.
All right.
Hold on tight, yeah. I want to stretch him out first. Once I get him stretched out, I want to keep him stretched. I'm going to come around. Notice he just has a single leg. If I have trouble, I crank up on the shoulder and the elbow as I come around. Same principle as with the double leg. Naturally, he only is grabbing one leg, and you end up in the single leg situation, which we did earlier. Colby has his head outside single here high. I pop, push to the side, press down, come out. Notice I kind of give him a little tug here. What does he have now? We're in that single leg position. In other words, head inside single now. What do? Well, I can't just spin around now because his weight is back on his haunches. First step is to stretch him out. Then to keep him stretched out by grabbing his hip, pulling down diagonally. At that point, I try to break his lock. If he can't, I pull up on his elbow here, but I already did, so I just keep coming around. And I get position on Colby. Colby comes in, he's high, I pop, push down, I'm here. I can't come around yet, I gotta stretch him out. I get him stretched out, I keep him tugged forward, I block as I'm keeping his weight forward as I'm coming around slow. If Colby's head is relatively low, again, it's low, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to get it up here. So I stiff arm it here, back of his head, not so that I'm gonna fall off of it, right at the back of his head. Elbow, an arm is straight. Same type of technique, down, grab, foot out, and block. Notice I'm pushing, he's holding on to this. I can come right out in front here. I want to stretch him out, but notice there's a lot of weight here. It's not hard. Just take my time and spin around. Colby's a little lower in this situation. Push, grab, foot out. From here, tug, 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 cover his head with my hips. Now right here, he's kind of back on his haunches, but he's still in not good position, so it's not hard for me just to spin from here. Although generally speaking, we want to try to tug him forward as much as possible. As you play with this position, you'll develop a sense when it's appropriate for you to start spinning based upon a feeling you'll have of your partner or your opponent's shoulders and whether or not they're effectively able to reach up to catch you as you're going around or not.